Hello you crude purveyors of ennui, Jim Sterling here, and this is the Division beta. It's some footage that I recorded earlier, and here we are. A little less footage than I actually believed I recorded, unfortunately. I had a whole online mission in the Madison Hospital area that I had recorded, or at least thought I'd recorded, but it's not here, so that's brilliant, isn't it? Haven't been able to record anything else today, and the only reason I'm doing this, and that I'm able to do this, rather, is, I mean, I'd have done it anyway, but the only reason this is the only bit of video that's gone up today so far, is that apparently I don't have a working pair of fucking headphones in the house. So at least with this pre-recorded, I don't have to have the sound on, so I don't need headphones, because I've already heard it, so I know what was said, and what it sounded like. And it sounded okay. The Division sounds okay. I can tell you that much. So I figured, since I don't really have, you know, a brilliant amount of gameplay to react to, I'll make this sort of, you know, first impressions, or first Jimpressions video. I don't know why I never called Squirty Plays Jimpressions to begin with. It really upsets me. I've been using that pun for years, and that would have been a good, I don't know, Squirty Play, what's the fucking point? Anyway, this is the Division. I've been playing it most of the afternoon, the beta anyway, and it's alright, it is not quite the generic third-person shooter that I thought it would be. I mean, mechanically, it is very standardised third-person shooter, as you can see here. Here I am using cover, shooting in the third person, and trying to hit my targets. But if you have noticed, they've got numbers that come out of them when you shoot. You shoot all the numbers out of them, so they've got no numbers left. Because there's a lot of RPG, MMO-y stuff in there, which it allows me to now understand. Because I've not been following this a lot. I don't really follow the development of a lot of games now, because I like to be surprised. But I was a little bit taken aback, I guess, when I heard people saying, oh, there's nothing like this game, and this game is completely unique, because what little I did see made me think this ain't fucking unique at all. And I'll be honest, there's still a lot of hyperbole in that statement of, you know, this is like nothing you've seen before. It's a third-person shooter with an MMO overlay, you know. It's got a loot system, it's got leveling up and all that stuff, and it's got cover-based shooting and, you know, online stuff with a sort of persistent-ish world with a lot of different people running around, you know, different players. I don't know what I was doing there, but I shot them in the back. It's fun when they exploded like that. So I think some of the stuff I've seen written about it is a little bit over the top with how unique it is, but it's still solid. It's rock solid so far. I've been having fun with it, you know, getting all the loot and going into cover and all that stuff, shooting these jackasses right here. Really wish I'd been able to get the hospital footage that I thought I had. I might try and replay it and do another video, maybe. And then again, I mean, March 8th, it's close enough to the main game coming out, so we may just wait for that and just have this as a sort of, like I say, just a little bit of a first impression sort of thing. Just subtly sliding impressions in there now. Being a beta, of course, features are limited. You can only do randomised faces, so I just whacked a randomised face on my main character here. Not a lot of that stuff going on. There's some features that you can't access yet, but there's a lot in there. I mean, I've been playing for, like I said, most of the afternoon, and there's plenty to go on for what is a free-to-play open beta. Obviously, the game itself won't be free-to-play, but there you go. So here I am, just sprinting along. More guys coming out. I mean, that seems to be the majority of the gameplay thus far. Go into a place, and there are guys, just loads of them come out, and you shoot until they're all gone, and you can't shoot anymore, and you can't make numbers fly out of dudes. But it's alright for what it is. I've been having a laugh with it. I think I'll enjoy it when it's, you know, when it's in full, and I can explore a lot more of the personalisation and all that stuff. Definitely seems to be one of those ones you could sort of just not realise how much time you've spent with it, which I think I mean, that describes the time I've had with it this afternoon. is I wasn't quite aware that I'd wasted my entire afternoon when I had work to do. So that's, you know, something of an endorsement of my time spent with it. Certainly an endorsement of the beta. I mean, it being nothing but a time investment, it's worth picking up and checking out and then see what you think of it. But I think most people, I have a feeling a lot of people will feel the same way about it that I currently do. Hype backlash permitting. I have a feeling there'll be, I mean, we've already seen it. There is similar reactions to this that people had with Titanfall and stuff like that, and Watch Dogs to a lesser extent, where it's been so hyped up, and there's a lot of games media singing its praises suddenly, that people are kind of getting a bit sick and tired of hearing about it and kind of want to dislike it. And that's not to discount people that dislike it. I mean, I might play the full thing and find out, you know, that I don't enjoy it. Oh, there's my phone going. Brilliant, there's professional behaviour for you. Just take that off the desk when I'm recording. You know, I don't want to discount. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but I have a feeling there's going to be a bit of a backlash on this. I say that, I've already seen the backlash. A lot of people already calling it overhyped and all that stuff. So, we'll see. But I have a feeling most, like my opinion is not a particular outlier in this situation where it's like, yeah, it's alright. That's okay. It's very, you know, I think I've used the word solid already, but it's a bit of a lazy word for a critic these days, but it's what it is. So this is sort of the big conclusion to the mission that I've been playing. This is most of what you saw here, apart from the first section, which was the free roam bit. This has all been one mission, one of the earlier missions, the subway morgue, as you can see at the top there. This is sort of the big conclusion to it. It's a couple of waves of dudes, followed by a boss fight, ostensibly. You get these enemies called elites. They have names, and they carry, you know, the best gear, and they are harder to put down. All that stuff that you're used to with games like this. You know, if you played, you know, Borderlands is an easy comparison to make, but Borderlands itself took a lot of its stuff from, you know, Diablos and all that kind of stuff, but with a more action shooter oriented structure. And this is very similar, you know. It's got that dungeon crawl vibe to it, albeit with a Gears of War style cover system and gameplay and all that stuff. It's very HUD heavy, very HUD-y. That's one thing I've noticed with it. There's stuff everywhere. You know, you've constantly got your health meter and weapons and special abilities there, just flying around your character constantly. The XP constantly coming up, your XP meter in the top right corner, the general map-esque thing, you know, the radar and everything. And when you're outside in the world map, when you're doing the free roam, it's, you know, you've constantly got icons blaring up to show you side missions and all this stuff, and a trace line telling you where your selected destination is. And it's when I first got into it, it was very kind of off-putting, actually. You get used to it, and I feel like I'm fairly used to it now. I believe, yeah, this is the boss coming up, I think. Yeah, coming out of that elevator. It's me prepping a grenade there. It's got grenades. Don't think it doesn't. It sure as hell got them grenades. So yeah, I don't like these guys. They're annoying. They come at you with axes and shields. And this is the main dude. I can't see his name from here. I'm looking at it in a little preview window, and his name's tiny. I don't know. I'm going to call him Kevin Spacey, I guess. Takes a lot to go down, this one. Actually, it did, in fairness, take me more than one attempt before I came back fresh and tried it again. Because as well as worrying about these fucking guys that he sort of comes down the elevator with, the range on his flamethrower is ridiculous. And it chews through your health. I mean, standard flamethrowers, they chew through your health. Like, if you stand more than a second, I mean, look, you see there, like, it just cooked an entire health bar off me. But you kind of learn that once he fires, he kind of stays static, and then you get to shoot him like that, big explosion. And that was the end of that. That's the end of Kevin Spacey. And that's that mission. That's that mission. It's fun. It was enjoyable. It is an enjoyable game. I've not yet found the thing that, if indeed there is a thing that makes me, drool all over it. I've not seen what some of the other critics have seen so far, but that is not to say it's not there. When we're dealing with betas and I'm not dealing with the full product, try and keep an open mind. At least when I see, promising potential there. This is online. This is a little free roaming online thing, which unfortunately is the only online footage I've fucking got now. I mean, it's all online, I guess, but this is me with an actual group of players. I just joined this and they rolled up on these fellas out here. Which you kind of do. You kind of free roam the map with a group of people and you stumble on missions and do them. Or you can all enter a dungeon together, or go to the dark zone, which is like the big dangerous place, which has its own ranking system and its own special loot you can buy with rank. So there's a lot of stuff I've not yet explored. I have a feeling the dark zone's going to be a lot more fun to play around in. I'm going to try that. Probably if I've got time. I'm playing another game that's embargoed at the moment that I can't really say anything about. Let's just shoot that fucker. And that's going to take up all my weekend when I'm not doing the D&D thing, which I'll be doing some of this weekend. I feel quite laid back today. It's Friday afternoon. Realise I'm not bringing high energy commentary, but I never do. It's always more reflective and casual. We're doing it cash this afternoon. I've got my shield up here. Just stomping around with my shield and my handgun. It's a lot of fun for all the family. I think I already said a lot of fun for all the family in this video. I may not have done. Feeling a little bit peculiar this afternoon, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Anyway, I'll punch that person.
Warning, hostile forces approaching.
Do alright at the game, not brilliant at it, but I can shoot the men and make the men fall over. Which so far is all you need to really worry about in the game. I'm probably going to focus more on the medical. There are 3 trees. There's medical, tech, and security. The shield is a security skill, and the other thing I've got pulse, which you can detect enemies through walls and stuff. That's the medical skill, and there's more skills in each tree. And I think I'll concentrate on medical because that's my kind of bag, the healings and all that stuff. And that's us coming up to the end. So I hope you enjoyed my little look. I mean, it is a little look at the Division. There was going to be a whole mission after this that I don't have, which I shouldn't keep banging on about. In fact, this is almost done. I've got to wrap up. Quick, bye! Fuck!